What's up, baby? It's your girl BG back with another styling and story timing. And in today's video, the story, baby. Exactly. Before I get started, I want to let you guys know I will be installing this 24-inch body wave wig from IRoyal Hair. And before I put on the wig, I want to give you guys a little close-up of my edges coming back. Yep. Okay, y'all, as you can see by the title, yes, I did have a demonic encounter. For those who don't know, quick backstory, last year I was heavily into tarot card readings, I was heavily into zodiac signs and all that extra stuff, and I did not know, I was not aware of it being divination. I didn't know that it was witchcraft. I didn't know this was something that God did not like, you feel me? But I definitely did find out for myself, and I also have a lot of stories on how God was trying to save me, but I kept on ignoring his signs, I kept on ignoring his help. But if you guys want that story time too, I'll be more than happy to share with you as well. But we're going to get into my first demonic encounter. I've had a total of about 3 demonic attacks, like in real life. 2 of them was when I was possessed, and the first one was when I felt like a very dark, scary presence in the room. It was oh my gosh, y'all, it was something I couldn't even, it was so weird in the moment. Okay, let me just get into it because this is something I gotta take it back. So I was introduced to tarot last year, and when I was introduced, it was this lady that I seen on Say Cheese TV, and she was talking about how she seen King Von and a lot of other dead rappers in her room or whatever, and how she used to contact, the dead and stuff like that. And already off rip, God says we should have no contact with the dead. When the dead is dead, they're dead. They don't know nothing. Don't bother them. That is demonic spirit. I don't care if you feel like that's your grandma, your cousin, your uncle, your auntie. That is a familiar spirit that's trying to catch you, trying to get you wrapped up in it. Do not think that it's them. You don't know who it is for real. You can't see them. I just want to put that disclaimer because I was feeding into me trying to reach out to my grandma. So after seeing this lady on Say Cheese TV, I was just so attracted to her. She first of all, she was very beautiful, and her aesthetic was just really nice, and she seemed very pure. She seemed like she was just down to earth, and she was very serious about everything she was saying. And it's like, as I'm listening to her, I'm loving what she's saying. But when I go down in the comments, everybody's talking about, oh, God forgive me for listening. God forgive me this. God forgive me. I'm like, girl, what is y'all even talking about? Like, the girl ain't even doing nothing. Y'all need to get over yourself. I was trapped after that. So I did my homework. I found her YouTube channel. I found her page. But I was obsessed. So I started watching a lot of her videos. All the videos that applied to me, they'll have, like, she had these timeless readings, you can read at any time and it will apply to you. And the very first reading, y'all, it was so accurate. Everything made so much sense. And I was hooked. Like, I just kept on watching. I just kept on loving it. I just, like, even with me driving somewhere, I would be listening to her on the radio or whatever. It took me less than a week to finish all the videos on her channel that applied to me. I even went as far as, at the time, I tried to get Nigeria into it. Thankfully, it didn't resonate with her, which in itself is a blessing in disguise. But I was constantly on this girl channel. I was watching all her videos until there was no more. So because there was no more, I just started getting a lot of recommendations of more tarot card readings. There'll be a lot of things talking about your childhood fears, whoop-de-whoop. And I clicked on this one video. Everything made sense. But there was one particular thing that this other reader said. This was a deal breaker. She said a name that, first of all, this name was not common. I don't know nobody with that name but the person I know with that name. And when she said that name, my life flashed before my eyes. When I heard that name, I dropped my phone. I was shocked. My heart stopped. And I was hooked before, but I was addicted now. After that name, there was nothing nobody could tell me to say that this wasn't real. One of the ways that God tried to protect me from going any further, and after I heard that name, I went to my cousin and I told him about it. And he's not even that type, but he was saying, nah, you shouldn't be, don't be reading, don't be listening to these sidekicks. What do they tell you, gonna die tomorrow? I'm like, what the hell? No, nigga, this is real. Everything he's saying, I'm deflecting it. You feel me? And it's like, no, you're tripping. This is not even bad. And he's like, yes, bro, don't do it. And it just came to a point, like, he just let it be. You feel me? That's what it was. God used me as a vessel in that time because he's not even that tight. So yeah, I ignored the first warning and I just kept on with what I was doing because it felt good. They reading my future. They're telling me about myself. I need this, or so I thought. Around this time, I'm sleeping less. I didn't even realize until now that I was crying more. I was sinking into depression. I was always upset. I had this mentality that I was better than other people, but I never vocalized it. I just felt like that mentally. And I was constantly, always on my phone. I even went as far as creating an Instagram page that I just kept on posting. And it went from me just posting like, innocent things to me feeling like I'm being told things like these messages or what I was typing through his Instagram page. It wasn't me. I'm sure there's a few people that could vouch who was there around that time that didn't understand what I was posting. Y'all, it wasn't me. I don't know what I was saying, but in that specific moment, as I'm making these posts on this Instagram page, it made sense to me. But when I was in my right mind, I had no clue what I was saying. I had no clue what it was, which is how I know that I was possessed. But there was one night I was on my phone constantly again, and I started getting a little scared, so I went under the covers. But even though I'm under the covers, I'm still constantly on my phone. I'm typing, I'm making up all these posts. It'll be certain posts that I'll be scrolling through on Instagram that I kind of feel like is speaking to me. There's this one Instagram influencer. I don't want to say her name because I don't want to feel like I'm involving other people into my mess. But there was this one Instagram influencer. She's very known. She was on live one night with this other boy. And the boy that she was on live with had the same jacket as my boyfriend's little sister. So because he had the same jacket on as her, I kind of associated her with him in a way. And I didn't have no sound on this whole time I was going through this. And as I'm going through this with no sound on, she's dead ass speaking to me through the phone. I have no clue how. I can't hear what she's saying, but I know what she's saying, low key, you feel me? So I'm watching this girl. First they were talking to each other. Mind you, this boy, at one point he just never said anything. And then the girl that was on the live, she was telling me to look back. At this point, I'm under the cover, you feel me? And as I'm under the cover, I'm hot. I'm under the cover, but I'm hot. But I'm too scared to get from out of the cover because I feel this spirit. I feel this very strong presence in the corner of the room. Like, I was filled with fear, y'all. I've never been so scared in my life. And as I'm on the live, the girl that I'm watching, she's telling me to look back. First, she's telling me to turn around with her mouth, and I'm saying no to the phone. Like, I'm shaking my head no. I'm sending no on the live, and it came to a point like I even said no out loud. But she would not stop telling me to turn around. It went as far as her pointing at the phone. And like every time I shake my head no or I say no, she like throws her hands up in like frustration, like, oh my gosh, girl, like just do it. You feel me? All while this is going on, the other boy that's already on live with her, his mouth ain't move at all. He's just staring at the phone and it's like he's just looking at this happening. And it's, bro, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, this is what happened. I felt like I was connecting with them on the live. I also felt like she was telling me to turn around to look at the spirit or to see the spirit that was behind me. And I was like, no, I'm not doing it, which is why I was under the cover the whole time. You feel me? I was like, yeah, y'all got me, but y'all don't got me that far, baby. There was just something in me that was protecting me in that moment, telling me, don't turn around, don't do this. And I was filled with fear, guys. I was so scared. So as I'm being filled with fear, because I'm so scared, I decided to open the Bible app on my phone. And then this ringing started. My ear was ringing so hard, y'all. Like, it was ringing so bad to the point it just kept on getting louder until there was a point where my ear popped and then it started bleeding. I don't know what that means. I have no clue what was going on, but that same night is when I felt the demonic presence. And I just kept on going. I went to the Bible because I felt like it was going to make me feel safe. But you can't mix light and dark, you feel me? So in my head, I kind of felt like when my ear popped, God, he turned away from me, kind of what I feel like it was, but I don't know. But my ear popped that same night, and in the very next morning, I had this knot, but not in my stomach, just below my chest, like in the center area of my torso. This heavy knot that would not leave. It didn't matter if I stretched, it didn't matter. It just was stuck there, and it felt huge. Days leading until my manic episode, and it was just also weird, you feel me? Like, that's a night that I don't think I could ever forget, you feel me? But that's what happened, you guys. But I'm also going to go ahead and leave a few testimony links in the description down below, just in case you guys find interest in watching those too, because there's people who experienced worse than I did. If you're interested in this hair, please check the links in the description down below. There'll be direct links to this hair, as well as IRoyal Hair website. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I love you. Thank you for tuning in. BG out.